Well, this room is really a brand new room for us. The room was here, but we've completely refurbished it. What we hope in this room is that the visitor can come in here while they're waiting for the tour to get going in a formal sense, and they come in here and there's an awful lot of reading for them to do, an awful lot of learning, things to look at, things to absorb, all about the Redcoat soldier and sort of how the Redcoats first came to Boston and why, and some of the events leading up to the events of April 18th and 19th. So this story is the story of the Munroe family and how they were invaded by Earl Percy's relief forces later in the day. But it's much more now a story about Earl Percy and those forces and sort of how they chose this spot and how they ended up coming through here in the first place, used the building as their temporary surgery to treat now the really very embattled Redcoat mission that had started out early in the morning. We also suspect that this might have been the room where Earl Percy, when he came in with his relief forces, might have settled himself. The room across the way was used as a surgery. He would not have been wanting to be in the middle of all that hubbub, a lot of activity going on in there, a lot of blood and injury and bandages and medical equipment. So he needs a quieter place where he can come and sit and he can review his strategy and he can talk to his officers. So we set up a corner table over here for Earl Percy right next to the fireplace. He's here planning his strategy. He probably has some maps out on the table, and his officers are coming in and reporting to him. We do have a remnant of the day in this room, the famous bullet hole in the ceiling. Nobody knows exactly where that did come from. One of the speculations is that perhaps one of Percy's men was simply reporting to Earl Percy, stood at attention, and boom, his musket went off by accident.
In colonial times, all the trade was with England, and so everything that they bought, all the plants that they had, all the seeds that they bought would have come from England. And because we're growing the same old species, I also have to send for seed from England and from Monticello and Old Sturbridge Village, because most garden centers sell new hybrids now, and we don't want to grow that. We want to grow the old-fashioned